Like even this last dance, Halloween night, people do not know this, and I will say it. We changed half the dance the night before camera blocking.
What?
Yeah. So typically your dance is locked in by Thursday. Camera blocking is Monday. So Sunday night, we changed the entire middle section of the dance. And then I walked in Monday, camera blocked it. Still didn't know what I was doing. We had to schedule an extra rehearsal so we could like catch up.
Yeah.
And then performed it Tuesday.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but that just speaks to like our standard for ourselves because, you know, beyond the scores, beyond outside opinion, like we want to be proud of what we do at the end of the day.
So is that just because you guys didn't feel like it was as good as you
We thought
could
that
give?
it could be better.
Yeah.
We thought that it could be better.
Wow.
But it's risky to like change things that late in the game.
Dang.
Yeah. But
Well, you couldn't tell.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. If you were inside my brain, you would definitely know. It was a bunch of like mini Chandlers just like running around. There were things on fire, like searching through file cabinets. Like, what's the step? What is it? But yeah, hopefully on the outside it looked really graceful.
Yeah, for sure. I wonder if people, and this is not a question for you, I wonder if people ever like get paired together and they just can't stand each other. Because for the most
that
part,
happens.
it does.
I'll say that happens.
Okay.
I don't think on our season though.
Okay.
But yeah, I've heard stories.
You've heard stories.
Yeah.
Because that would be tough, I would imagine, with the amount of time you have to spend and like the connection you have to have.
Yes.
If you just can't stand your partner.
I can only imagine. Brandon is the only person that I've spent every day with in the last 2 months. He's the only person I've seen every single day without fault.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's funny. We're so like sibling, like he's so big brother. And with that, we like bicker like siblings. And
Do you?
we do. We do.
That's hilarious.
Which we haven't talked much about. Where I was like, yes, it's so great.
Yeah.
It is great. But I think there's just like, that's bound to happen, you know, like I think also we have high expectations of ourselves and each other. Yeah. And it's this weird power dynamic where it's like, you are so dependent on each other. And so, we're always kind of like pushing for the best. And with that push comes a little like, push with each other.
Yeah.
But it's always for the best. And
it's a collaborative space.
Yes.
So like you gotta have that. in order to, like be able to grow and stuff.
But I like wouldn't trade our partnership for the world. He's the best.
That's awesome.
I love that. That's so sweet.
Yeah.
I do have a question because we were talking about this and I'm curious like your feelings on it, but a lot of the people, all of the people, everyone,
I don't know what you're going to
all
say.
of them.
So.
all of the celebrities have like play themselves. Like they are famous because like they are themselves.
Yes.
And this is like the first time that you are quote unquote playing yourself.
Yes.
How has that been? Like, do you feel like you've been like not questioning who you are, but like trying to find a sense of self throughout this?
110%. Yes. Everyone's, I don't even know what to call it. I'll just say like rise to fame, you know, has been as themselves, you know, like the athletes like Danny and Dwight and Alona and Steven, like they're all known as themselves. Phaedra, she's a reality TV star. We had shout out to Mr. Eric and Mr. Reggie, our kings, who went too soon. I love them, but they were the only other actors on the season, and they went like in the second, third week, and so by like third, fourth week, I'm like kind of looking around and just feeling a difference, I think, in approach to the process.
Yeah.
When I first signed on to do the show, I thought, like I have existed in front of cameras my whole life. Like that's not a problem.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize that this is reality TV. I knew that intellectually. I just didn't really like internalize it and what that would mean for me. And I think everyone knows me as the characters that I play, and any press that I've done has been around the work that I've done. I'm not even really big on the social medias. But the way I said that was really exposing of that.
On the social medias. The different channels.
Gosh. Don't take my Gen Z card away.
That's funny.
And so, people don't like, know me. And so
Yeah.
I think in that way I've felt maybe a little behind just in like the approach to this and like not bringing other character stories to lives, but like bringing my story to life and being vulnerable about me and who I am. And so definitely a weird, like, I think conflict with like sense of self and like trying to navigate how much I want to share and like how much I want to keep to myself. Like I generally am a pretty private person, but I also like want to give something that people can connect with.
Yeah.
You know, but it is just a very like scary thing to like put yourself up for like judgment like that. And I commend anyone that has done that and who does that. And I'm learning a lot though through it. And I've also, I think, felt pressure as well because obviously everyone now online is not commenting on characters or whatever. They're commenting on me and my character and my who I am. And I think there was kind of a narrative online that like I think people felt like this was very easy for me. And I think part of that, I do work really hard and I wish that the packages showed more of the struggles that I have in rehearsal because Brandon and I have had hours worth at this point of conversation about my self-doubt and my struggle with perfectionism and sense of self and all of these things and how they pertain to this show. And you just don't see that stuff as much. So that's hard. And I think also I am such a like perpetually positive person. Like I always just look at the bright side.
Yeah.
Every time I sit down to do those interviews, like I will I have an optimistic outlook on everything. So even if I'm in the struggle, I'm like, but I'm going to get up and do it anyway because that's what I'm here to do. And I think I need to allow myself to sit in the struggle a little bit more so people can get to see that side of me. Because I think I like anyone, you know, you have a tendency to like tuck those away. You don't want people to see when you're struggling. And I think that's a larger conversation about the way that I operate in life. I don't even always show the struggle to the people that are close to me. So to have the expectation to show it to millions of people around America is like, it's just been a big learning curve for me. Yeah.
How are you so self-aware? It's shocking to me.
Thank you.
You're just so impressive. Like everything you say in the way that like you see and address, like you're just like the most self-aware person. It's like incredible.
Well, my mom has a master's in clinical psychology.
Okay.
She was going for her doctorate. She worked as a therapist for a really long time. She worked in drug and alcohol rehabilitation. So like she's seen a lot.
Yeah.
The only reason why she doesn't have her doctorate is because I popped out the womb and was like, I'm going to be an actor. And so that kind of, she gave up her career for mine.
Wow.
And I love her. She's amazing.
Yeah.
I hope you guys get to meet her one day. She's the best. But she, I like to say I grew up with talk therapy just by the way that she operates.
Yeah.
And has taught me from a really young age to like look at things and like sit with myself. And like, if I'm having a feeling, being able to identify it and then trace it back to its root. And so those are, you know, skills that I started developing from a really, really young age. And I'm so grateful because it's a crazy world out here. And so I was learning how to do those things before I even realized what they were.
Yeah.
But I credit my mom.
That
She's
makes
awesome.
perfect sense.
She's awesome.
That adds up.
That's so sweet.
But thank you for saying that.
Of
I
course.
appreciate that.
How can people vote for you? Because
let's talk about it.
you gotta vote. We gotta vote.
Well, on Tuesdays, you can text Chandler to 21523 10 times until you get that little text that says you've exceeded the voting limit.
Okay.
Then just send one more for good measure.
Make sure it was 10.
And then online, I don't know what that website is, but I always just type in DWTS vote and it comes up.
Great.
On ABC.
We'll like put a little banner here.
Yeah, a
of the
little
website.
banner.
Yeah.
But all the support is so immensely appreciated. So thank you.
Well, we are rooting for you.
Thanks,
we will be
guys.
voting
Thank
10,
you.
20 times.
20 times
collectively.
total.
Yes.
Look
Yeah.
at that.
Yeah.
I had to count how many hands we had.
You guys have 20 fingers together.
20.
Yeah. No, we'll be watching you every week and
Thank you.
hoping, more importantly than your dancing and everything, you just are staying, mentally good. And because I know it's a lot. So yeah, we'll be rooting for you. In that sense
honestly,
as well.
thank you. Even getting to sit here and like voice it with you guys, a lot of things that I actually haven't even really said out loud to myself has been a lot.
I do want to remind you,
very helpful to me.
you did say you were okay when we started this. And at the end of this interview, you were like, I need to work on saying like how I'm actually feeling. So I think you are working on it. I think you are getting better at it without knowing. So
Thank you.
thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.